Okay, welcome to the first of two videos that I'm going to do for Marvel United. I'm going to do a setup for solo S.H.I.E.L.D mode and then a bit of a playthrough so you can get a feel for what's in the box. So this is the retail box of Marvel United. It's got relatively big footprint on your table. My playmat, if you're interested, is 65 centimeters. So that's give you an idea of how much space it's going to take up. So first thing we have to do is open the box. Today I'm going to do the S.H.I.E.L.D solo mode. So rather than playing multi-handed with multi-heroes, you play with three heroes, shuffle the decks together, and I find it more team-like. It's more like playing Team Avengers rather than Marvel Team Up. So I'm going to do, I thought I'd do Captain America, Iron Man and the Hulk versus the Red Skull. So what do we need first? You'll see that, I'll take the lid off. You'll see that I have sleeved all my cards, and one of the implications of that is they take up a lot more space. So no room for the tokens. Fortunately, there is some hollow space underneath. So if we open the box carefully, I have my bag of tokens in the bottom. So that's what I do, just to keep things organised. And we're not too much out of order. Okay, so we're going to need location cards, hero villain dashboard. We're going to have Red Skull. I'll need my mission statements. There's basically four modes. There's the basic mode, which I'm going to play today, and then there's a moderate, hard, and heroic challenges that you can do to up the challenge, which is quite neat. So that means you can get more playability as you start beating the easier levels across the three characters. So we have character decks. We'll start. We've got, I'll put these over here. We've got Captain America. We'll need Red Skull because he is going to be our villain for today with his threat deck. Iron Man and the Hulk. So I have Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, and Red Skull. And I think that's pretty much all I need out of the box. I don't need Ultron, can go back in. We will need the Q for marking progress, so that could go away. I usually set up the dashboard relatively close to the middle of the table. We put a Red Skull at the top. I'll stick with this figure there for the moment, get him out of the way, and his villainous plot starts at 0. This is fair track. We place the missions, either clear threats, rescue civilians, or defeat thugs. They can go in any order. As we remove them and unlock them, everything shuffles along to the right, and we get to unlock things at the top. So the order doesn't really matter because they will get shuffled. We need to have 6 locations. If you've got a bigger table, I'm going to try and do it on my playmat. So you've got a set of locations, shuffle them up. I'll do Times Square there, S.H.I.E.L.D headquarters, Avengers Mansion, and Central Park. So during the game, you move from location to location, and there's some cards that work on whether they're adjacent or not. I lay them out basically like this, which is pretty much the same as what you get from the rule book, where they're in a basic circle, so you move around. So this one's adjacent to this one, to this one, to this one, as we move around the map. Put the rest of the bits back, those other two back in the box. There's some other layout bits now with tokens, and generally playing with tokens, you can make nice little piles or stick them in some other container. I typically just throw them in the lid and grab them from there as necessary. It just speeds things up a little bit, so I'll stick them to the side. The first thing we need to do is get our 6 threat tokens. Put those on each of our locations. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each location has either a citizen or a thug pre-populated. So you grab a whole lot of those from the box and just go around and populate those. That's just the setup. As you play the game, all the slots become viable. And these tokens are double-sided. So you just grab whatever. So it has 1 citizen, a citizen and a thug. 2 thugs and a citizen. Different cards in the game relate to whether you add or remove these tokens, and also we can rescue them. So we rescue citizens there and we defeat thugs as one of the aspects of completing missions. I'm going to need 3 more. 3, so what have we got? Look at another. Red Skull, all the we have our set of threats, and each of those is allocated to one of the locations. So you give it a shuffle, and then you flip them over, and each one gets one, and there's a reward underneath that you get once you complete that mission. Some of the threats have enemies which have health, and so you stack those health up as well. So Crossbones has 6 health, so we'll give him 6 health. Madam Hydra has 5. This is where throwing them all in the box lid makes things quite fast, because you can just pull out what you need. I guess if you have another storage container solution that works as well, but it just takes up more space and it wouldn't fit in the box. Agent Bob of Hydra has 4. He is incredibly annoying. He usually gets killed off fairly fast. And because we're playing with 3 characters, Red Skull will get 8 health. Ooh. 8. All looking pretty good. The Red Skull has his plot deck, which we will flip over initially every 3 heroes, and then every 2 heroes once we've unlocked one of the missions, because this will shuffle along. I usually just stick it there. It's a nice place. The game doesn't come with the dice, but we have to randomly put the villain somewhere, so I just roll a dice. So I got that as something else. 3, 1, 2, 3. So he's going to start in Times Square, and because he starts there, the heroes will start opposite. So they're going to start in S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters. Now we just have to make our play deck. Because we're basically playing as a team, we need to mix these up. So I do a standard kind of your Magic the Gathering, mix up your cards. Then I'll give them a shuffle. Because there's 12 in each, it comes into a nice even pile. And now I've got those, give them a good shuffle without looking. And I think lock. We are pretty much, bring it down a little bit, can't see the camera, but probably. It's covering it. We're pretty much good to go. We draw 5 cards, and that is also basically our life. If you get KO'd, you run out of cards in S.H.I.E.L.D solo mode, that is game over. And I will take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll leave that there, and there we go. We are set up. I can stop now.